Support in grief can be a really hard thing to navigate, frankly. You know you need help, you know you need support, but most of us don't like asking for help, do we? We're willing to help others, but somehow for ourselves, we're not very good at asking for it. And the trouble is, people will say, give me a call if there's anything you need. And as a griever, as somebody who has lost a husband and parents and all sorts, I never called anybody and asked them for help. Just wasn't in my nature, and I don't know about you, but I think that is generally how it is. We feel uncomfortable reaching out and asking for help. So how can we get the support we need if we're not willing to ask for it? I think we have to start thinking about what it is we need help with. And you know, not everybody can help you with all things. Perhaps you have a really good friend who can sit and listen and not try and fix you, who can just listen to what you need to say, to go over your story, to tell them how you're feeling. That's a great support. Perhaps there's somebody who's very practical and you can say, listen, when you shop at Costco this week, can you get me XYZ? And I think one of the things that we have to be realistic about is when you're in grief, sometimes you can't think straight. You don't even know what you want, and yet you need help. And so it's about finding those people that can step up to the plate and actually be practical and do things for you. Somebody for me paid for the whole summer to have my grass cut. I didn't know they were going to do that. It was the most beautiful surprise, and honestly so helpful, because it's hot and it's humid here in Ottawa in the summer, and I was so grateful for that. So perhaps one of the ways to do it is to make a list of the things you need now. That will change over time, won't it? Perhaps you need someone to drive you to the lawyer because your head is not around driving right now. Perhaps you need somebody to pick up groceries, or take a child to school, or pick them up, or take you to another appointment. But start listing out the things that you think would be helpful for yourself. And then think about the people that you could ask, because for them, they often want to help. They just don't really know. And that's why they say, give me a call. And we know that call is difficult. So perhaps one of the things is to say to them, can you call me once a week and ask me, because my head's just not in the game right now and I'm uncomfortable asking you, but I know you want to help. So start thinking about what it is that would be really useful for you. How can you get that support? Now, support can be with a grief coach, a grief counselor, it can be in support groups, it's in many different forms. I'm just talking right now about those friends and family, the ones that we don't really like to bother, we don't want to ask them, and yet most of them are desperate to help. So if you can even write a list and say, here's the list, these are the things I need, can you share it out amongst my family and friends so I don't have to call them, and maybe get a rota? Maybe you need a meal once a week. I don't know what it is you need or what you feel you need, but you need to sit with that and think about it. Think about the right people, the 3, 4, 5 people that could really support you as you go through this. And remember, it will change as you get through time a little bit more and the grief settles a little bit. I'm not saying getting easier, but as you manage it and your brain comes online again, then it's going to be easier maybe for you to do some things. But certainly initially, it's very hard to get things done, and it's the time when you really need nurturing and you need support. So make a list of what it is that would be helpful. Have a think of the people that could help you, and be brave. Ask for that help.